Okay, good morning everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Monday morning. It's a little bit chilly out, a little overcasty, but I think it's going to shape up to be a nice day. I started demoing this a few weeks ago and finished the demo and dig Friday evening. So there's going to be a roof built over top of here. This will be a drive-through carport for this funeral home. So from our first pad all the way over here to right where the machine is. This is all rolled slate, and then we're going to do connector pad broomed. Now I hesitated. I see these piers over here. I have a feeling our transition line will be right on the outside of this pier. I thought it was the roof line as I was looking at it. Calling an audible. Okay, so here's what we did. We've been working here a long time. This is our rolled slate, and this is about a month old, maybe a little bit older. So we'll continue this cut pattern through here and turn all this in. The guys are due in about 15 minutes. I'm going to get some of this stone knocked down, and hopefully when they get here, all we have to do is run a form. There's our height right there to nothing, and then right around the piers down. So we should be ready for concrete by 10 o'clock. It really shouldn't take too long. I'll set you guys right here while I get the machines warmed up and ready to go. Okay, we have a minute before the mixer gets here. Just setting some grade pins, rebar are in place. Keep these in a line. Pulling a string from one end to the other. Setting our nail at the top of the string. Okay. Catch this one. Put the pins in so you can pull them out. Good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 more to set, 3 more to set. Our Epifoam set at the chalk lines. We are good to go. Up on chairs everywhere, we can pull a mixer from this side and that side. It's 40 feet by 30 feet. So 20 feet of chute, we can easily hit the middle. Pretty good gas, huh? Okay. Okay, here we go. Mixer showed up. Get a camera set up. You can watch this pour. I'll just go to time lapse. Nothing too exciting. We'll put expansion joint separating old concrete and new. Should be on the mixer. And here we go. Okay. Everybody's getting ready. 22 feet of chute from the front tires. Nope. Alright. Okay, just talked to the driver. He's going to spread a little bit going up. We're starting at the middle pier, center of the pad, pour our way back. So we'll just stay out of his way for a minute. Let him zigzag that. This is 1B stamp mix. I'll watch his front tires, bring him up there. This should go pretty quick for us. You got him, Matt? Okay, let's go to work. So up on chairs, as well as we just get some concrete under it and help it up. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was 10 yards. Matt and Steve are working on, we're doing a nice little wedge curb right there to help hold back the landscaping. The water will, what water does get under here, keep in mind this is all under roof. It'll follow that curb. We have followed that way. Here comes number 2. We'll finish this out, jump to the other side. It's calling for about 25 yards. So 3 yards here. Looks like I'm gonna be pretty close with my guess. Okay, so far so good. 20 yards. I have 5 more coming. we're gonna need about 1.25 yards, and that's okay. I just did not want to come up short. So it's setting up so good, we're using our big blue. It's not so blue anymore, it's like rusty blue. Steve will hit that. Now we can spray it and roll it right on top of that. And I like that because we have minimum fall under here. It's pretty flat. It's like I said earlier, it's covered in a roof, but now we don't get a knee board mark, low spot here and there, and you won't pick that up. You know, a little slight puddle in there, we can avoid that. Nice, 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 nice. Number 2's out of here. Number 3 will be here in minutes. There's our wedge curb. Just shoveled that on. After we float that to our height, I straight edge it, and then we take shovelfuls and put concrete in there. I wanted to keep the wedge curb back. These columns get 2 inches of stone. Now we have an additional 2 inches of drainage area behind there. Okay. So we have to do our borders this way today instead of using our edger. It's about 19 inches. Our edging tool only opens up to 12 inches. Steve has a couple leaves he's dealing with. Ready? Good, good. Okay. Uh-oh. 1 leaf. I was going to grab that last big wheel. All right, next to the column's a good spot for it. We'll go with that. This. Okay. Home stretch as far as wheeling goes. Next we're on tool cleanup. Good morning. It is election day. Finally, we can be done with all those commercials. I'll turn on the TV. I've been driving to work for the last month with no radio on. I can't take all the commercials anymore. Okay, back to more important stuff. Our concrete's coming. Final pour of this big lengthy project. Not a huge project, but we had to do it in stages so that they could stay open for business. So here's our cut pattern. Steve's going with the saw right now. Targeted our sidewalk through that pad. So we just kept that pattern going. And this is about a 5x5, 5x6 pad. We're going to do a double cut, excuse me, down the borders, down the columns. Just this side, excuse me. I'll run our cuts all the way through our edge here. And I usually like to slight angle these. That's how it wants to crack, a slight angle like that. And I'll go ahead and just take care of both corners same way. About the same going on over here. A little bit longer, but not too much longer. Targeted center between the columns. And then we're adding a cut parallel with the building right in our walk area right there. All the way down. And that worked out real nice, dividing these in half. That's the soft cut. It gives a real nice fine cut. This is about 24 hours. No, this is about 20 hours later after we poured it. So you don't want to let it go too long. It's a nice cool morning. And Steve will have all these cut real soon. Now I'll follow behind him with a chop saw and plunge cut around the columns. We have a leaf blower for cleanup and concrete stew soon. So we'll try and get all these cuts done now so we can start pouring while Steve finishes that. Concrete's been on the ground not very long at all. We put a half a bag of flake in this. That's about a 0.5% calcium to generate heat. It's that time of year. We start using it in the mornings. Right there. That's a key place for a crack to start, so we have a cut going both ways off of that corner. Okay, putting our final cuts in, just following the saw cuts in the patio. Oh, ready? Got it. Okay. Now this is a key place for it to crack. I was talking about it and the camera died. What they do, they put their tool cuts in and they take a float and they cut almost all the way to the bottom of the concrete with a float in about 6-8 inches and then re-joint that. That way when that hairline's over, it'll help it stay in there. So many times you see it crack and then it jumps out. That's why. Concrete's tight enough now to get on. Barely sticking to your fingers. That slimy feeling is gone. So we did all the easy stuff first. You can reach over and hit. Now we're on with knee boards. I don't believe we've done a job all summer with a wedge curb like this, helping hold the landscape back. Now the water can just follow this right down to their storm drain. It'll keep the driveway area much cleaner. They're keeping this seating area. So we just flattened the curb out a little bit and made it about 12 inches longer. So a wheelchair, anybody can maneuver right up that with no trip hazard at all. So we'll open up these joints as we go. This is all straight broom. Could not be easier. You want to rub it as little as possible. 3 times, done, move back. That's all you want to do. You rub it too much, it weakens the top, it'll fall apart. Okay, all the tool cuts are in, cleaned up. I tried doing 2 test brooms. It's a little bit wet. It was tearing the concrete a little bit. It pulled up. We're in good shape. We're well ahead of it. Yard and a half showed up. Chris and I can get started pouring this. As you see here, we're all in the shade. Trying to be floated. Okay. Watch your step. Good news is yard and a quarter made it. Bad news is I couldn't reach the camera once I got my feet dirty. Okay. So we just finished up the funeral home, came over here, finishing out the day, getting this ready. The guys just got a patio ready down below, underneath a deck, a connector walk, and then an upper man door walk. I'm working on this front entranceway. As you see, huge hillside here right in front of the house, a couple of catch basins. So we ran our sidewalk from catch basin to catch basin. Nice big inviting pad here. We have a center cut right up through our steps going up this hill. So I haven't talked about this in a while. So easiest set of steps. We know our start right here, up 7 1/4. Now I just set my 2x10 up about 4 inches so I can get a dusting of stone on here. I can end wherever I want up there. So let me set this down and I'll show you how I do steps. Steps scare a lot of people, but as long as you're a little bit picky and be precise, then this step will be the same as that top step. Okay, I had to answer a question over there. So from point of step, every single point of step going up this hill, I want exactly identical. 22 1/4 inches from peak to peak, 7 1/4 down. That doesn't change the whole way up this hill. Make sure I give you a good, it's hard to set a camera on this right here. 22 1/4, and I scratch a line and then I mark it. Plumb down. Making sure you're plumb, you know, in between the lines perfectly. A nice sharp pencil, nice fine line. Finally, last piece of the puzzle, your tape measures on the right side of the line, 7 1/4. 7 1/4 is a 2x8 these days, if you didn't know that. It's not 8 inches. Nothing's what you buy, right? Everything's smaller. How big was a Big Mac when you were a kid? They're not the same. So 7 1/4 is a 2x8. lumber goes on this side. Okay, on to the next step. Okay, steps are all done. We did it two different ways. We did a quick square right here, and that got them close, but a couple of them were out. So what we did, we pulled the same 19.5 inches and 19.5 inches. And now we know that they are all perfectly where we want them. Every single one. And you just look at the bottom of them, and they should all be nice and even the whole way down. Okay. Pouring this patio first. These will be second. We can have this board off, concrete to concrete, piece of expansion joint. See you tomorrow. Gotta go. Time to go vote.